I'm Ivan Dixon from Graybeard Productions, and this is Andy Lee, the owner and curator of Sidekick. And as we were seeing there, he's pretty much got everything on here. Now, we're in a property that Andy's actually completely renovating. You could see there's just open walls everywhere. So we're in a newly constructed area. There's, like I said, just the 2x4s and the studs are up in this one, right?
Yeah, there's a lot to do.
Yeah, you slowly just getting at this one to make it, I guess, your future home at some point. Yeah, yeah. So, Andy, tell us about that Sidekick we was talking about. Tell us about what got you into even thinking about that.
Well, we're general contractors, and we do work for like Walgreens and Walmart and Amazon and all these big box stores throughout Georgia and all that surrounding states.
Right.
And Walgreens, for instance, called us to do a job in Mississippi that was replacing like a whole bunch of light bulbs. Well, Mississippi's not normally even in our range.
That's a good little drive.
Yeah. And so, but you also wouldn't send an electrician to replace light bulbs. Usually that's a helper.
Right, right.
So I sent a helper out to do this job, and he gets there, and it wasn't the light bulbs. It turned out to be the lighting contactor.
Oh, wow.
But this helper had no electrical experience whatsoever. So I was like, man, now I'm in trouble. So I'm like, look, man, call me on a FaceTime call, and we're going to walk through this thing. And so literally, like, I walked him through troubleshooting this process, just like he was an extension of my own hands.
Wow.
I'm like, touch your black meter lead on this terminal and your red meter lead on this terminal. And so we walked through it and found it was a lighting contactor and replaced the light contactor and turned everything back on. It worked like a pro. Wow,
technology has just really changed so much, and to think that, hey, we can FaceTime and help each other out, that's pretty awesome. So, if I understand it correctly, that you can go as a person who needs help, and also as someone who may be interested in being a provider.
That's right.
Right? So let's talk a little bit about how to be a provider, right? This would be good for somebody that's maybe retired or semi-retired. And I think we had an earlier conversation. You said that's one of the big focuses, right? Is that having those gray beards that's got that knowledge of, and everybody don't have a gray beard, but you know where I'm going with it.
Yeah, well, that is true. I mean, there's a lot of people out there whose brains still work perfect, but their bodies is worn out from years of hard work.
Right.
But they retire, and then they somewhat feel useless,
right,
because they can't get out and do the things. But so they're kind of stuck. But they need to get that knowledge out to the public for people to still be learning from them.
Yeah.
But not only that, they can make a supplemental income. They set their own rates to be paid by the minute. And you kind of base your rates off of what it would take if you was actually to go do the work.
Right.
So like an electrician, for instance, would normally around here charge like $60 an hour.
Right.
So you would set your rates at $1 a minute.
Okay.
But it depends on what you specialize in is what your rates will be.
And there's going to be reviews on them, right? So you'll be able to go and know, hey, is this person really worth their weight in gold to help me, right? In customer service and everything else.
Yeah, the user can rate the technician after their call, and they can leave reviews, and they can also select that. If they find a provider that they like using who helps them, then they can select that provider as their favorite, and they can use one provider for each.
Wow.
Each staff.
Okay.
So you can use whoever answers the call, or you can select that use a certain person if you get used to using that person.
All right. So the providers and for the customer, right? And I know we're all. We all have a level of skill with certain things, and we dabble in other things, and that's where the point where this can get to. There's media out there where you can go and look and find how to do this or how to do that. But what I've found a lot of times is it don't show me how to do my specific problem.
That's
right?
it, and that's the thing is, you can get on YouTube. I mean, I've done it more times than I can count, and look at something. I've got enough knowledge in a lot of things that I can look at a video that's similar and be able to make something
to get
work.
you through it.
But everybody can't do that.
Right.
But with Sidekick, the technicians are going to be looking at the same problem you are at the same time you are. So they telling you live, step for step, what to do.
So you don't have to guess it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So that's where I was. That's what I was thinking. And you've got, I mean, so many different apps out there that are. So what are some of the ones that you have out there?
You talking about categories?
Yeah, categories. Yeah.
Yeah, like boats and watercraft repairs, cell phone repair and programming, cosmetology.
So it goes from cosmetology to like electrical. I mean, it's a wide spectrum, and you'll be adding more as you need to, right?
Yeah, we tell people if you offer a service that people need and we don't have it listed, all you got to do is let us know and we'll add it. We'll add a category or how many categories we need to.
Right, and that's good for the customer that needs the help, and it's also good for someone who may have that expertise.
Right.
So it's
it's
a win-win.
Engineering, and like we've had welding inspectors start using this. They can actually go on this app. The whoever needs the inspection done can select needing a welding inspector, and they can, if they use a certain welding inspector all the time, then they can select that as their favorite.
Right.
But this welding inspector, instead of having to fly to these different places all over the United States, can actually, as long as there's somebody on the job site that's got a cell phone that can video, which everybody does now.
Right.
Then the welding inspector can inspect the welds over the phone.
Wow.
And have a report to the user same day instead of what being next week.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Andy, thank you so much for giving us a little insight into Sidekick. App.com, right? But you can go on your phone, you can download it from there, you get it all those different places. And I think we may put it right here. We'll put the app link right here where my hand is waving. It'll be showing up on there. So
Google Play, the Apple App Store, or our website, www.sidekickapp.com.
Right. Awesome. Well, Andy, thank you again.
Thank you, man.
All right. Take care.
Yes, sir.
See y'all.
See y'all.